All right, hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 3 in this series. We are all tied up at 1 game apiece, and this is not the final game. Yes, there is more games to the series. The only reason why I'm not saying if it's a best of 5 or 7 is, well, I really don't know. I think it's a best of 5, but we'll go ahead and check this out anyways. Let's go ahead and take a look. We can see that 120 spawning as the red orc. Meanwhile, 120 spawning as the red undead. They will be going up against a human and an orc this time. So yes, random does play a little bit of randomness, obviously, in this matchup as the game is getting underway. Now, I am trying to address any sort of sound issues that you guys say may be happening or maybe distorting my voice a little bit. If you guys have preferences or have any idea on what could be causing it, I am trying to EQ my voice pretty normally. I have them all pretty much centered. Maybe I should up the mid-range. I'm not 100% sure, but I can go ahead and try and change all of that for you guys if you guys prefer. Now, for those of you guys who are not audiophiles, you have no idea what I'm saying. Just let me know if the sound of my voice is at all entertaining. Now, we are looking at an undead orc matchup against this human orc matchup, and I am interested in looking at the heroes because Infi and Th000 have been known to play some rather unorthodox strategies, and this time is definitely the case. We are going to go for a Shadow Hunter first. Now, with the Shadow Hunter Archmage opening, you generally have a very, very aggressive Serpent Ward push. Now, I can't guarantee that to be the case this time around, as we are looking at Water Elementals coming in here. That Water Elemental has taken a good amount of damage already, needs to get pulled off from the rest of these Null Wardens here, as this Archmage does want to get to level 2. Coming back around, the Shadow Hunter is that hero there. You can see him throwing that, I guess that, I don't even know what that is. Is that a knife? It looks like a shuriken or a chakra, or chakram, excuse me, but I really don't know. Anyways, it is a very, very cool looking attack, and there it goes, taking down that orc peon. Now, what is the strategy going to be? The Shadow Hunter hasn't actually really shown what ability he's going to be using. Meanwhile, the Death Knight and the Blade Master is most obviously going to be going for Death Coil and Windwalk early on. Blade Master is already over here. Did it pick up any of the items? That is a key question. The Shadow Hunter is here as well, and the Blade Master really is just going after, hoping to be able to take down you. There is a very, very quick Hex, but it Windwalks the moment that Hex goes down as well. So I'm not exactly sure how that worked out there. That was a very lucky break by 120. And what happened there? Canceling the building. Let's see. All right, let's go after the Mud Golems once more. We are now adding in this Town Hall, and we are also going to be perhaps building... No Arcane Vault needed, as we already have a Voodoo Lounge. Blade Master going to come back in, try and steal some experience. Blade Master sitting at level 1. Does not steal there. Does steal there, though, and does not pick up an item, as I don't believe there's an item there to steal anyways. All right. Oh, Speed Scroll now used. This could be huge. Blade Master already surrounded, being forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal that early in the game. And wow, I am surprised that the Blade Master actually still had his Scroll of Town Portal. He normally sells it early on to try and pick up items. So that was a bit of a shocker for me, as the Blade Master now down over here, healing back up. Let's take a look. The Death Knight has cleared out this gold mine area here, and he's going to be setting up an expansion, or rather the Orc player is going to be setting up an expansion as well. So it looks like this is going to be a longer economic game, and this does make a lot of sense coming in from WFZ's and 120's point of view. If you guys remember, back in Game 1, WFZ and 120 did not play that bad. They actually played a very decent game. The problem was that they let the economic advantage get out of hand. And that's really what 120 and WFZ are trying to make sure right now. You can see that the grunts and the footmen are now down over here. The problem with setting up an expansion now, though, is you are now under the pressure of trying to defend it. You can see the 2 water elementals down over here are going to easily be able to take down this Great Hall. As you can see, those water elementals just poking away. The grunts now trying to make their way over, trying to buy time on this Great Hall. You do not want this Great Hall to end up getting canceled. As you can see, there goes one water elemental. The footmen are now being brought over as well. And now the investment is actually rather high. Oh my goodness, so high. Is the peon going to try and build another? Yes, he is going to build another right there, as we do see a hex go down onto another Crypt Fiend here. The Crypt Fiend does get saved just a bit. There's that speed scroll as that chicken of a Crypt Fiend trying to scamper away. Scamper, hurry, hurry. As all the water elemental now, just poking apart at these Crypt Fiends. Low hit point Crypt Fiend now going back on Blight. Gonna regenerate hit points very quickly, as well as we now see another hex go down onto this poor Blade Master. The Blade Master, however, chasing after this Grunt. The Grunt, does get away. No Wind Walk there. Not quite sure why the Wind Walk didn't happen, as the Water Elemental is going to get shut down again. However, you can see that this constant attacking is going to end up really costing. We need to see another cancellation there. There's another cancellation, and this is actually buying a lot of time, but at the same time is costing a very big amount of investment. You can see how many units have been killed. A good amount of grunts, a good amount of units have fallen, and even though that town hall has been, the Great Hall has been canceled now twice, I still think that red is slightly ahead in terms of overall losses. The fact that there's experience given every time a unit dies as opposed to the canceling of a town hall is a really telltale indicator, as we're looking at a level 3 Death Knight and a level 2 Blade Master going up against a level 2 Archmage and a level 2 Tauren Chieftain. Alright, so Tauren Chieftain as the second hero, as opposed to anything else here. It is going to be able to move around very, very quickly. So we are looking at, there's a Death Coil taking down the Grunt there. That level 3 Death Knight getting its man. And are we going to perhaps see some Frost Novas onto some of these units? It looks as though another Footman could get taken down there. Death Coil could have taken it out. Are we going to see some Arcane Towers? Yes, we are. And there is the Arcane Tower there. The Death Knight now looks to back off. Skeletal Minions are now pushing off over there as we are going into a bit of an engagement. The Crypt Fiends taking down the Voodoo Lounge, but now need to deal with an Arcane Vault as well, as we are looking at that Tauren Chieftain now backing off. So far, the Crypt Fiends and the Grunts now wandering back and forth. We are looking at this Arcane Vault off over here. Archmage now still healing up with those Footmen, as we are now going after this Arcane Vault. The Arcane Vault taking a fair bit of damage, but constantly getting repaired as well. Let's see, as it's getting repaired, it looks like those grunts may be forced to back off here, and there is a little bit of an engagement on the far side. There goes another grunt there. The Death Knight using its Death Coil more for death as opposed to healing on the undead units, which does come as a little bit of a surprise. Frost Armor now on a chicken, so if you do try and attack it, you will end up getting slowed. Speed Scroll now being used on the other side as well, and this is interesting. The Death Knight now needs to break that connection, gonna lose a lot of mana as the Militia now backing off as well. All right, let's take a look. That Crypt Fiend, very low on hit points, does get taken down. Obsidian Statue is in position now, and it looks like the purple team just has a much larger army. No real reason for red to even be in this fight, as red is going to be losing another Crypt Fiend again. Running all the way back, as the Tauren Chieftain, the Shadow Hunter, the Blood Mage, and the Archmage, all relatively low-level heroes, but with a very comparable army right behind it. Coming back around, though, the Blade Master, the Shadow Hunter, are they going to opt and take this time to do a little bit of creeping? That would be important to try and creep out this red and orange creep camp here. There is another easy creep camp here as well. A level 3 unit down over here, but it looks like they're going to be going after the Ogre Lord creep camps. All right, Blade Master may try to go for a bit of an engagement here. Shadow Hunter is there as well. In the center portion, Shadow Hunter still, or this Shadow Hunter sitting at level 1, picking up a scroll of healing, wants to get to level 2 for that all-important healing wave for those long drawn out battles. Blade Master quickly revealed here, uses a wind walk, but it may end up getting caught out of position when the battle time comes. Shadowhunter sitting at level 1, doesn't get to level 2 though, just shy, as we're looking at the Dark Ranger, who is currently cursed, kind of leading the way to get back in with the rest of the army. Undead Tri-Hero most likely, yep, Undead Tri-Hero there. Meanwhile, 120 gonna be going, or gonna get attacked here in just a second. WFZ and 120 will be forced to scroll of Town Portal back, as the Shadow Hunter does have a crystal ball. Where are we going? It looks like the Null Warden is gonna just tank a lot of that damage. What else are we looking at? Oh yeah, there is the Troll Shadow, or a Troll High Priest, and now there's the Troll Shadow Priest gonna get taken down once more. Alright, very, very strong creeping. The Tauren Chieftain and the Shadow Hunter, level 3, level 2 respectively. Very high levels at this point in the game. And the Blade Master is going to catch all of this here. Meanwhile, we are also going into a bit of a scroll town portal. All the units did decide to back off. We are looking at a long, drawn-out game, as we can see that there is a Great Hall here, which needs to get taken out. If that Great Hall does end up sticking around, it is going to turn into that economic advantage that WFZ and 120 were unable to deal with in that first game. Shadow Hunter, Blood Mage looking to come together. Archmages right behind it. Spellbreakers, Riflemen all here. We can see that the Kodo Beasts are nearby as well, as we're looking to just creep out every remaining creep camp on the map. I believe only a couple of green creep camps are left. And who is going to have the higher level? That is going to be a very, very big part of this final fight. Let's see, the Nightcrawler is going to get taken down here. There are Destroyers. Lich going to get to level 2 finally. Death Knight may get to level 4. No! Wow, 5 experience shy. A Lich picking up Wand of Lightning Shield. We'll see if that does any serious damage either, as the Blade Master is still only sitting at level 2. Alright, we are looking at a bit of an engagement here in the center. Spellbreakers. What is the Spellbreakers? We can see Skeletal Minions have come down here. We are looking at a very strong force. Spellbreakers, Priest, Footmen, Kodo Beasts, Tauren Chieftain, now all coming together. A wide array of heroes that you would not normally see together. Shadow Hunter, Tauren Chieftain, Archmage, Blood Mage, as the Blood Mage is a very, very strong hero to try and shut down your opponent. Alright, let's go ahead and try and take down more units here. You can see a lot of these peons and peasants just trying to run away. Meanwhile, we are going to be going into a very strong fight over here as well. Orc Burrows now fighting back. The Bestiary trying to train up a Raider. That Raider just better if it doesn't come out there, and is in no real problem whatsoever. Orc Burrows now going to get focused down. I am surprised that the Destroyers are not going after the Orc Burrows in the Orc side, as we are now looking at a very strong fight inside this third base here. We are doing a little bit of split damage here. The Town Hall is now getting massively repaired, and you can see that there's a lot of piercing and magic damage attempting to take down this stronghold. Oh, a beautiful stomp, preventing a lot of repair, but the peons are now just going to start working overtime again and just continuing to do so to try and keep it up. That Tauren Chieftain really buying time with every stomp to try and keep to try and take down the stronghold. The stronghold is now down, as we now see a Scroll Town portal coming back off over here. The Death Knight now in a little bit of trouble. Are we going to see an engagement? And the Death Knight now needs to back off. Oh, a massive Devour Magic now come in, and that it could turn things around there. You can see how much damage is now being dealt by those Destroyers. The Destroyers could just easily take down those Water Elementals. Not quite sure why it's not doing that, but with so many Crypt Fiends and no normal damage to really combat them, only Heroes and Destroyers, which can't do anything at all, that is not going to be a good sign. Alright, the Destroyers still looking to come around and fighting after all of those units. The Spellbreakers going after the Crypt Fiends themselves, as the Lich now down to, or at level 3. We are doing a little bit of chase on the far side as well. The Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 3. There is a stomp, only hitting one Raider though, as we are looking at this Town Hall, which may go down. One very low hit point Crypt Fiend right there. Are we going to see these Spellbreakers be able to defend this attack long enough? The burrowed Crypt Fiend still regenerating hit points, as we are looking at the Orc army now try and come back over here. It looks as though, yes, we are now going to see a Scroll Town portal coming across, and now the Orc team realizes, hey, I really need to get out of here. There is a beautiful stomp though, but the Tauren Chieftain is currently just trapped, and that is going to be bad news as the Tauren Chieftain at level 3 falls. All right, some beautiful play coming back around. We can see another Hex onto a Kodo Beast. That Kodo Beast having a very, very bad day, trying to hurry, scamper, scurry, find my base, as that one Kodo Beast is very low on hit points. Is it going to get taken out first? No, the Hex does break. Well, it's one of those rare situations where if you Hex something and then kill it while it has swallowed something, that the item that was swallowed is actually permanent or is lost. So I was wondering if that we were actually going to see that, but no, that didn't come around. Tauren Chieftain somehow used a potion of mana there to be able to get off a stomp there, a potion of greater mana, as a Kodo Beast now gets taken down again. All right, the Crypt Fiends now engaging here. The Destroyers are all over here as well, just devouring the magic, eating up that Spirit Link, and getting very, very strong off of it. All right, what are we going to be seeing next? Another Death Coil trying to pull back in. This is not a good position for the purple team to be in. If red can just get their act together and engage at the same time, they would pretty much pincer this group, as they would be forced to fight on all sides. All right, let's go ahead, take a look back over here. Spellbreaker's giving a little bit of a chase. Death Knight still does have a Squirrel Town Portal, now going after some of these units here. Crypt Fiends are focusing down units. There is silence as the Destroyers are now backing off. And where are all of these units going next? Let's take a look. Scroll of Town Portal is still able to be executed, and it's actually just splitting the army. The purple team is really trying to chase after here, and what is going on here? This expansion is going to get taken out now, and with this expansion, with both expansions being hit at the same time, this is going to be a little bit of a strange position to be in. Siphon mana, that Lich needs to back off, pretty much out of mana now. This one Crypt Fiend does need to unburrow in order to get away in time. Does not unburrow. Meanwhile, there's a big engagement here as we are now going to see a landing of the rest of the army. All right, what's going to be happening here? Units could be backing off. There is that Spirit Link. Archmage trying to get some quick kills, unable to do so. And we can see that there is still one burrowed Crypt Fiend here who could still have it and just take down all of these peons pretty quickly. Coming back around, Crypt Fiends, Destroyers are now raring and ready to go. Let's take a look. Grunts, Spirit Walkers, Blade Master, Shadow Hunter, all coming together. What's going to be coming together next? Riflemen, Spellbreakers, as more towers coming up into the center to try and maintain this economic advantage. Excuse me. All right, one Crypt Fiend has unburrowed itself and is now engaging here. That Goblin Shredder could easily shred up that Crypt Fiend, as that Crypt Fiend rightfully decides to back off. Meanwhile, however, more units are now coming in together. Destroyers are all here going after these units, and this is a bit of a problem. Purple team was not nearby and now was forced to burn another Scroll of Town Portal to get in position, and it will take down a Grunt in that kind of free exchange. So far, though, the Blade Master still sitting only at level 2. Low-level heroes is going to be the red side's problem, as the Death Knight is sitting at level 5 and the Lich is sitting at level 3. The Blade Master sitting at level 2 at this point in the game is just rather surprising. All right, Death Knight now getting stomped, will be forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal, is going to get away without a problem, as we now see that the Shadow Hunter sitting at level 4. So was it Shadow Hunter first? I don't think so. I think the Shadow Hunter was second. The Blade Master was first, at least for the red side. And somehow the Blade Master is still very, very far behind in level. Bestiary now being added once again. You can see that there's not any lumber whatsoever, so that is going to actually come into be a bit of a problem here. You can see that the Bestiary already down to 300 some odd hit points. Meanwhile, back over here, units getting caught in transit. Are we going to see an ensnare? No ensnare, as we are now looking at a Kodo Beast trying to get away. The Kodo Beast, oh yes, Blade Master with an Orb of Corruption, so much extra damage dealt. There goes the Kodo Beast. Blade Master now finally sitting at level 3. Scroll of Town Portal now coming in as the purple team arrives into what looks like a very, very nasty fight to be in. All right, Shadow Hunter is still staying alive. Scroll of Healing. Oh, the Destroyers are just going to be able to devour that magic in a moment's notice. No more Scroll of Protection, extra hit points, and mana on the Destroyers, making those Grunts pretty much very, very easy targets, instead going after the Riflemen. All right, the Destroyer is now looking to back off here. Let's take a look. The Destroyer is still doing a good job staying up front of Frost Nova, taking down some of those units as the Archmage now running back. This is not looking good for Infi and Th000. It looks like WFZ is going to come out on top 2-1 at the end of 3 games. And there is the GG. WFZ and 120 come out on top. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 3. Tune back in tomorrow for game number 4.